Alrighty, we're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh character deck profile, and this time we're gonna do the Kaiba deck. So this one has 42 cards. There are multiple copies of cards in here, obviously, but most times in character decks I don't do multiple cards. But this deck, of course, we'll go over them. So let's just jump right into the deck here. Let's go over the normal monsters first. We have, of course, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Can't have a Kaiba deck without Blue Eyes White Dragons. Or Sagi the Dark Clown. We have Battle Axe. La Jin. And last but not least, Force Raider. So that's all of the normal monsters. On to the effect monsters here. We have Lord of D, Kaiser Seahorse, Spear Dragon, Assault Wyvern. It's from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie. Manju the 10,000 Hands. Now, this is a technicality card. He never used it in the original series, but in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Kaiba Man uses it. And Chaz says that Kaiba Man's deck is the same deck of Seto Kaiba, so I'm taking that as Kaiba owns this card. And also Kaiba owns like every card in existence, so it's in here. Feel free to take it out though if you don't want to, but I have it in here because it helps out a lot. It searches for ritual monsters like Paladin of White Dragon. Then Kaiser Force Raider, that's from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie as well. Then we have 3 Thunder Dragons. He uses 3 Thunder Dragons in the anime. You can just discard it from your hand. Discard 1 from your hand to search for 2 Thunder Dragons. It's a really easy fusion target, so I'll show that later on. And then we just have a few more here. We have Crystal Dragon from Dark Side of Dimensions. Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, also from Dark Side of Dimensions. Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. I think he uses that in like the final season. Then we have the 2 big boss monsters. We have Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon from Dark Side of Dimensions. Very big monster, 4,000 attack, can't be targeted, and it does double piercing damage, which is not really good in the regular game, but for character decks it's very good. And then of course Obelisk the Tormentor. That was the first god that Kaiba got. There's a lot of glare on those cards in that spot. Alrighty, on to the spell cards. We have Megamorph, Shrink, Fluid of Summoning Dragon, Soul Exchange, Enemy Controller, Monster Reborn, Cost Down, Silent Doom. It's basically a Monster Reborn for normal monsters. White Dragon Ritual for Paladin of White Dragon, and Chaos Form for Chaos Max Dragon. We have another Pot of Greed, which looks like you draw 2 cards from your deck. Graceful Charity and Polymerization. And that's all the spell cards. have the trap cards. Shadow Spell. Crush Card Virus. Ring of Destruction. Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Cloning. Negate Attack. And Countergate, which was from the Dark Side of Dimensions movie. Then we have a few fusions. Of course, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I have gotten it out a few times, so it's not impossible. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, this is really the one that you get out. And Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, most of the time if you draw into Polymerization, you're going to be using this fusion, because Thunder Dragon is just super easy to get, because if you can draw one, you automatically have the other two. So then I have the XYZ Dragon Cannon and XY Dragon Cannon, but they're not used in this deck. Although Kaiba had them, I don't have the XYZs in this deck. It's just loaded down too much, so but you can put them in if you want. So that'll be it for the Kaiba deck. And next we're going to do the Jaden deck. Alright, goodbye.